Good morning and welcome to today's Wellness Wake Up. I'm so excited to be here. Today we're diving into the second agreement of the 4 agreements. I just finished re-listening to the chapter. Wow. Again, I've read this book like 5 times already. And every time I just understand a little bit more of it. So if you've already read it, I highly recommend you read it again. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend you read it. So yesterday, we talked about the first agreement, which is to be impeccable with your word, which is like the main agreement that all the other agreements stem from. Then the second agreement is don't take anything personally. So what the author, Don Miguel Ruiz, says is that these first 2 agreements, they account for 75% of the little agreements that we have that are based out of fear. And if we work on accepting these 2 agreements that are love-based, so be impeccable with the word and don't take things personally, we will find it really hard to be pulled back into this hell on earth in a sense, or this mental hell that we can create and other people can create for themselves, and that we can blame other people for creating. Okay, so I took so many notes, but I'm going to try not to spend too much time digging into all of them because I got to go to work. So the first thing that I thought was super powerful and interesting is that nothing that other people do or say is about you. It is about their own agreements and their movie that's playing in their head, and they're just reacting to their own programming. And so the author uses this example as if you're in the street and somebody says you're stupid. Well, if you're not going to take that personally, it's not going to bother you because you're not going to believe that that's true about yourself. And so you'll kind of just continue on in your own life. But if you take it personally, then you are going to react. You are going to have suffering and maybe have anger, sadness, or again, all of these fear feelings will come up when you take something personally. So I thought that was really powerful because as a human being, when someone says something mean, I do take it personally. He also says the contrary. When somebody gives you a compliment, also don't take it personally. It can feel nice to have people say nice things about you, and it can also hurt to have people say not nice things about you. But what he leans into is that anything somebody says is not about you. And so when you take it personally, you're allowing that to impact you. And the goal here of not taking things personally is to get to this point where you don't need anyone to tell you who or what you are. You already know who you are. And so that's kind of the root of not taking things personally, both on the insult side and on the compliment side of things. So when someone says what you're saying is hurting me, it's not what you're saying that's hurting them. It's that they have these wounds within them that you're touching, and that is what's hurting. And so, yeah, I find that this one agreement is, in my opinion, one of the hardest ones. I take everything personally. And as I go throughout all of my days, things happen and it's easy to take it personally. The look that somebody gives you, something that they said, something they didn't say. And so this is a really powerful agreement. So yeah, again, I like this idea of that when someone says something mean to you, they're exposing their own inner wounds. And it's just a mirror of what's going on inside them. So let's see, what else did I jot down? So he brings back up this concept of the mitote, which is this idea of a marketplace, or in your mind, there's thousands of voices, thousands of different personalities, and they're all talking at once. And it can feel almost like there's a war going on in your head, and there's all of these contrasting thoughts, and all of it can be true, right? Like you want to go do this one thing, but then this other part of you wants to do another thing, and they're in conflict. And this, he says, is the reason why people don't always know what they want, why they want it, because there's all these voices, and there are these parts of this mind that they're competing. And so you have a choice on whether you believe these voices in your head and the stories that they tell you about yourself, but also the stories that other people tell you about yourself. And he says, let's see, don't take anything personally because it sets you up for suffering for nothing. Humans are addicted to suffering at different levels and to different degrees, and we agree to help each other suffer. I thought that that was a really profound point, and also just a sad point. So it's something that I'm going to really try to notice when some of my friends have that agreement and that habituated pattern of suffering. I want to see if I can instead bring love instead of helping them suffer. Okay, we're getting towards the bottom here. Don't believe what people say because they lie to you and to themselves. This one, I don't think I understood before, but it really resonated with me. He also says the longer you practice this, you will realize and understand that you lie to yourself. Oh, that's so good. And then don't expect people to tell you the truth because, again, they lie to themselves. You have to trust yourself. You have to choose to believe or not to believe what someone says to you. When you really see others as they are without taking things personally, we can never be hurt by what someone says or does. So I really liked this because it's something I've been struggling with. Like, I understand that everyone has their own reality. Sometimes it feels like someone's lying about their like truth and reality. And this just helped me understand that, yes, even I lie. I lie to myself. I lie to other people. It's not intentional, but it's just based on these fear-based agreements that we have. And even if someone lies to you, it's okay. Like, he is really clear on that. And I loved that he said they're lying to you because they're afraid. They are afraid that you will discover that they are not perfect. And that's for the outside world, but it also goes for our inside world, that we lie to ourselves because we're afraid to admit or to accept that we are not perfect, or and that is like where all of these inner conflicts come from, is this like desire to be perfect, the struggle to be perfect, and the fact that nothing will ever be perfect. So we kind of have to accept that, and to not take it personally, and also to just see other people who are lying as afraid. I thought that that was a really beautiful reframe, instead of getting angry or frustrated at them because they're just hurting and they're afraid. Telling yourself the truth may hurt, but you do not have to be attached to the pain, and in time it will heal. I absolutely loved that little bit of nugget of truth. Okay, last few things. You will find that you do not need to trust others as much as you need to trust yourself to make the right choices. When you make a habit to not take things personally, you avoid a lot of upset and suffering in your life. And this I thought was incredible. You will notice that anger, jealousy, envy, and sadness will disappear if you learn to not take things personally. So over time, throughout this practice, that sounds like a huge upside to not taking things personally, and I'm excited to work on it. If you learn to implement this agreement, nothing can bring you back into hell. I think that something for us to accept and to acknowledge is that we are human, and so things will bring us back and forth, and that's okay. But when you notice that you're suffering, try to look and see if you're taking something personally. Okay. He in the book gives this homework, and so I want to give it to you as well. I love it. I'm going to be doing this. Write this agreement on a piece of paper and put it somewhere that you'll see it. Do not take things personally. And as you grow in this agreement, you will not place your trust in other people and what they say and do. You will only need to trust yourself and to make responsible choices. You are never responsible for the actions of others. You're only responsible for you. So I found that to be really profound. I'm excited to put this reminder, this agreement up for myself because I know I'm going to work on it a lot throughout the day. If you are going to practice as well, let me know in the comments below. I would love to practice alongside you. I would love to learn alongside what you're learning and how this is showing up for you. I'm really grateful that you're here today. Tomorrow we'll be going into the third agreement, and I am looking forward to it. So I will see you tomorrow.